Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. Today we are gathered here to celebrate a very special occasion, the birth of our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the birth of Imam Sadiq, peace be upon him. We're going to talk about them both because they were born around the same time. So, let us begin with the story of the birth of our Prophet Muhammad. Our Prophet was born in Mecca in the year of 570 CE. His father, Abdullah, had died before his birth, and his mother, Amina, traveled to Mecca to give birth. He was then sent back to Medina to be raised by his grandfather, Abdul Muttalib, until the age of 40. During his time in Medina, he worked as a shepherd and would spend his time in solitude, contemplating life and humanity. At the age of 20, he began trading with his uncle's caravan, and it was during one of these trips that he met his wife Khadijah. At the age of 40, while meditating in the cave of Hira, he received the first revelation from Allah, which began the course of his life forever. Over the next 23 years, he dedicated his life to spreading the message of Islam, teaching people about the oneness of God and how to live a virtuous life according to his teachings. He performed miracles, such as splitting the moon in half, and his followers grew rapidly. However, as the number of Muslims increased, so did the persecution against them by the polytheists of Mecca. Eventually, the Prophet and his followers migrated to Medina in 622 CE, an event known as the Hijra. This migration marked the beginning of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, the Prophet continued to preach Islam and also led his followers in battles against the polytheists. Despite facing many challenges, the Prophet remained steadfast in his faith and continued to spread the message of Islam. Until his death in 632 CE, even after his passing, his followers continued to spread his teachings, and Islam eventually became one of the world's largest religions. Now, let's talk about the birth of Imam Sadiq. He was born in 658 CE in Medina. His father, Imam Hassan Askari, was the son of Imam Hussein, who was the son of the Prophet Muhammad. Imam Sadiq's mother was Hamna bint Ahmad. When he was only 2 years old, his father passed away, and his grandfather, Imam Hussein, took care of him. From a young age, Imam Sadiq showed signs of intelligence and piety. He learned the Quran at the age of 7 and was well versed in Islamic jurisprudence by the time he reached puberty. He is considered one of the most important figures in Shia Islam, as he is credited with transmitting many hadith and other teachings of Islam. He also helped to establish the foundations of Shia theology. His teachings included principles like justice, equality, and the importance of living a virtuous life. He emphasized the importance of seeking knowledge and encouraged his followers to be just and compassionate towards all people. Imam Sadiq's legacy has had a lasting impact on the world. His teachings have inspired countless people to strive for a better society based on justice, equality, and compassion. He is remembered as a great leader, a brilliant scholar, and a beacon of hope for those who seek a more just and compassionate world. Now, let's discuss Mawlid. It is celebrated on the 12th day of Rabi al-Awwal, the 3rd month of the Islamic calendar. The exact date of the Prophet's birth is not known, but Muslims believe that he was born in the month of Rabi al-Awwal. Mawlid is celebrated in various ways, including religious ceremonies, processions, and gatherings where Muslims read the Quran, pray, and reflect on the Prophet's life and teachings. It is a time for Muslims to come together and renew their commitment to Islam and to remember the Prophet's example of leadership, courage, and compassion. During the celebration of Mawlid, Muslims often retell stories of the Prophet's life, including his miraculous birth, his journey to Medina, and his teachings about peace, justice, and compassion. They also reflect on the Prophet's legacy and the impact he has had on their lives and on the world. Some Muslims may also visit mosques or religious sites related to the Prophet's life, such as the Prophet's Mosque in Medina or the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. Overall, the celebration of Mawlid is a joyful occasion for Muslims around the world to come together and honor the Prophet's life and teachings. And now we'll discuss some moral lessons from the Prophet Muhammad and Imam Sadiq. Throughout history, many great figures have left behind a legacy of wisdom and insight that continues to inspire and guide people today. Among them, the Prophet Muhammad and Imam Sadiq stand out as beacons of light whose teachings have illuminated the path for millions. The Prophet Muhammad was not only a religious leader, but also a teacher, a counselor, and a role model for humanity. His teachings covered all aspects of life, from faith and worship to ethics and morality. One of the most important lessons he taught was the importance of believing in and worshipping one God. He taught his followers to be honest, trustworthy, and compassionate towards all people. He also emphasized the importance of striving for excellence in all aspects of life and of being patient in the face of adversity. The Prophet's teachings continue to be relevant today, and his example serves as a guiding light for people of all faiths. Similarly, Imam Sadiq was a great scholar and a devout Muslim who dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge and the service of his community. He was known for his wisdom, his piety, and his ability to convey complex theological concepts in a clear and understandable way. One of the most important lessons he taught was the importance of seeking knowledge. He believed that knowledge is the key to understanding the world, and that it is a duty on every Muslim to acquire knowledge and use it for the betterment of society. Imam Sadiq also emphasized the importance of justice, equality, and compassion in our dealings with others. The Prophet and Imam's teachings are timeless, and their relevance cannot be overstated. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with messages of hate, division, and violence. It can be difficult to remain steadfast in our faith and to uphold our religious values. However, the Prophet and Imam's teachings provide us with a roadmap for living a virtuous life and for building a better world. By following their teachings, we can strive to be better Muslims, better members of society, and better human beings. If we want to be honest, truthful, and compassionate in our dealings with others, if we want to be just, fair, and merciful in our judgments, if we want to be humble, patient, and grateful in the face of adversity, then we must turn to the teachings of the Prophet and Imam as our guide. Their teachings are not just words on a page or stories in a book. They are a living, breathing reality that can transform our lives and make us better Muslims and better human beings. May Allah bless you all and grant us all the ability to follow the teachings of the Prophet and Imam. Now let's talk about Islamic unity. As we celebrate the births of Prophet Muhammad and Imam Sadiq, let us also take a moment to reflect on the importance of Islamic unity. Islam is a religion that teaches peace, compassion, and brotherhood. It calls for the unity of all Muslims, regardless of their race, gender, or social status. Yet, despite this message, Muslims around the world often find themselves divided by sectarian differences, political affiliations, and national boundaries. It is a sad reality that contradicts the very essence of Islam. The Prophet Muhammad himself taught us the importance of unity. He said, "O humanity, indeed we created you from a male and a female and made you into peoples and tribes, so that you may get to know one another. Surely the most noble of you in the sight of God is the most righteous among you." These words remind us that we are all equal in the eyes of God and that our differences should not be a source of division, but rather a cause for celebration. Yet, despite these teachings, Muslims often find themselves divided. We must ask ourselves, why? Is it not possible for us to live together in peace and harmony? Is it not possible for us to work together to solve the problems facing our communities and our world? The answer, my brothers and sisters, is yes. It is possible. We must remember that we are all part of one ummah, the community of believers. We are all connected by our faith in Allah and our belief in the Prophet Muhammad. Our differences, whether sectarian, political or otherwise, should not come between us. Rather, they should be a source of strength and enrichment. On this blessed occasion, let us renew our commitment to the message of Islam. Let us strive to be ambassadors of peace and understanding in our communities. Let us reach out to those who are different from us and build bridges of friendship and cooperation. Let us work together to solve the problems facing our communities and our world. When Muslims unite, they become a force to be reckoned with. They can bring about positive change in the world and be a beacon of hope for humanity. So, my brothers and sisters, let us seize this opportunity. Let us celebrate our unity and diversity. Let us reaffirm our commitment to the teachings of Islam, and let us work together to build a better future for ourselves and for generations to come. Finally, we will conclude with a thank you. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate the birth of our Prophet Muhammad and Imam Sadiq. May Allah bless you all and grant you all the ability to follow the teachings of Islam and to live a life of peace, compassion and righteousness. Thank you once again for joining us, and may Allah's peace and blessings be upon you all. If you liked this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates. Thank you.